Hello, my viewers. Welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, this video is about the Steelers versus the Lions preseason game 3 review. We won this game 19-9, and the Steelers go undefeated in preseason. Very good, very good. The start the regular season, which starts the week after next, and I'll be live streaming the first game of that against the Bengals. So come watch it with me. But we're gonna break it down from each group, from offense, from the special teams to defense. And the video not gonna be too long, not gonna be like 30 minutes or nothing like that. But we're gonna break it down, like in a fast review thing, because I am very sleepy. I'm gonna go to sleep in a little bit. Probably at 9 o'clock. I'm gonna sleep early today. But starting with the offense, the offensive line started off a little shaky. They started off a little bad in the first quarter. Mr. Trubisky didn't have enough time to drop back and throw the ball. He got sacked. The pocket was collapsing. It just wasn't looking too good. He was getting out the pocket, had to throw the ball away, had to just run. He was just doing a lot. Had to do extra stuff, and the O line was not in sync. But once the O line started clicking in the end of the first quarter and by the second quarter and the rest of the game, really, they got in sync, and they started playing as a unison instead of playing individually. Because you can be good individually, but I think when you play on the trenches, either offensive line or defensive line, you gotta be together, in sync together. You gotta know each other like that. So y'all be working together and stuff. And that's what they did. And they start having clean pockets, and the quarterback was able to step into their throws and able to deliver the ball. They had enough time, and the O line looked better. And I think the O line, I still believe that the O line is a slight improvement from last year. Kind of like if you guys if a nerd, you guys are nerds like me, like the power scaling of like Hawkeye and Thanos. That's a big difference. A big difference like that, or the Penguin and Dark Side. That's a big difference. But I think the Steelers O line from last year this year is kind of like a scale from Peyton Manning to Tom Brady. Tom Brady's right there. Peyton Manning's right underneath them. It's an improvement, but it's not a dramatic I can't even say the word. A drastic improvement. That's the word right there. A drastic improvement. But it's still an improvement. I think they have a little more athleticism. They have a little more talent, and they just a little more a little more versatile. I think James Daniels can be very good still, because with the Bears he was playing very good. I feel like he was Pro Bowl level, but he haven't been looking the same really lately. But hopefully he get back into that groove and get back to playing that type of football that he did with the Bears. And Okafor, he was doing good for the first preseason game, the second preseason game, but his third one he kind of had some penalties here and there, and he wasn't playing his best. But I think so far he might look the best out of all the guys, in my opinion. He might look the best out of all the offensive line guys. But hopefully they get in sync. Hopefully they continue to keep growing. We got one week still before the regular season start. I think it starts on September. It's September 11th, I believe. It's the week after next, not the next week, the week after next, the first regular season game. So hopefully they build it up throughout this week that's coming up and the week after the next until the game day and get it right. But the running backs, they look cool too. Najee Harris, he was getting loose, had some good runs here and there, had some negative runs too because the O line was kind of collapsing in. But I feel like if the O line can stay solid and stay in the middle of the pack, and they can stay around the 15 to 16 best O line in the league, 15, 16, 17, around that, kind of average, solid, a solid O line. I think they can be good because Najee Harris, he rushed pretty well. He ran pretty well last year for our O line was ranked I think was it 31st, 32nd, right there. It might have been the second to last or dead last. We kind of jumped in between those two spots. And Najee rushed for 1,200 yards. So maybe they stay in the middle of the pack, maybe around 16, 17. And that, hopefully 15 and up. That, maybe they can be giving Najee more running room. He might rush for 15 and 1,600 yards, a little extra, or they try to balance his production. Jalen Warren can rush for some good numbers, and Najee Harris can rush for some good numbers as well. They have a 1-2 punch, kind of like the Packers got with Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, kind of these 1-2 punch. Because I think Aaron Jones had 1,000. And then AJ Dillon had 900 last year. So that'd be great if we can get that. If we can get Najee with his 1,400 yards, something like that. And then Warren can get 500, 600, something like that. That'd be very great. So hopefully it can happen. But the O-line got to stay consistent. They got to stay consistent. They got to stay in sync. And they got to stay playing as a team, playing together like that. And so stay accountable stay accountable too like that. Just be a unison, basically. You got to be fused together like that if you're playing on the trenches. But the receivers, they look cool too. George Pickens making some plays as usual. DJ Johnson made a big play. He hurt his shoulder. I think maybe a tic tac injury. Hopefully, it's not nothing too serious. We seen Miles Boykin catch a back shoulder fade, caught another big pass, caught two passes actually in that game. And then Gunner's like a gadget guy kind of because they've been using he using special teams because as a kick returner, punt returner, he's all pro as one of those. And then they got him a handoff sweep. We've seen him on week 1 of preseason catching passes and playing in the slot. So they might use him as like a gadget guy, like a guy that maybe line up in the backfield every once in a while to mix it up, have him get some handoffs, have him get some sweeps, maybe play in the slot. Maybe line him up outside. You never know. They might use him in a lot of different places on the team because he actually one of those tough, gritty players, and like he can like maybe like create some versatility to the offense, bring something different to it. But yeah, the receivers always look great, and then tight ends look good. You know, Pat Freiermuth is a vertical threat, is deep threat. You just throw it in his proximity, he's gonna come down with it. Connor Hayward is more like a bruiser guy. He's gonna get the ball, break some tackles and get loose like that, and possession like type of guy. I haven't seen too much run at the catch. Fully, I seen when he catch the ball. I mean, he need to break a tackle a few like that. But I haven't seen too much like what he can do when you open space. Cause you see Pat Freiermuth in open space, he just get loose and start moving and can get upfield pretty quickly for a tight end too. Like that. And I always I ain't saying he's George Kittle, but Pat Freiermuth remind me of George Kittle the way his play style is. Like, cause he's good at block. He's very aggressive at blocking, and his vertical ability, the ability to get like deep and like win on deep routes and like just win those battles, and like his run at the catch is pretty good for a tight end his size. So he reminds me of George Kittle. So hopefully he may emerge as like a George Kittle like, or even better, I think. But last year he did very well. He had 8 touchdowns, 499 yards. You can really just say 500 yards. I think it was a very good rookie year, especially when we was throwing the ball, a lot of short passes and a lot of stuff like that, check downs and stuff. But he did very good last year. I think this year he's due for a double-digit touchdown year and maybe 700 yards or something like that, or more. Like that, hopefully. But quarterbacks is the next thing. Quarterbacks look good too. We seen Mr. Trubisky when the pocket got clean. We see Mr. Trubisky deliver. It's the offensive line to stay consistent like they did the rest of the part of the game, like from the end of the first quarter and all the way to the end. They'd be good because Mr. Trubisky had a clean pocket. He was delivering to Jesse Johnson, delivered to George Pickens, delivered to Miles Boykin. No, Miles Boykin was the Kenny Pickett pass. He delivered to Pat Freiermuth. Yeah, then he delivered to Steven Sims for a touchdown. And the last drive, that was a good drive, like to build some confidence up for the regular season. I feel like Mr. Trubisky is going to be the starter at that, and Kenny Pickett will be number 2 quarterback. And Kenny Pickett looked good too as well. He went out there, he was comfortable, he was poised. He didn't throw any touchdowns this time, but his completion percentage and his timing is very good. His accuracy is very good. And Mason Rudolph, even though he only played a little bit, he still had some nice balls thrown out there. I think one of the passes to the tight end with the long name, number 85 on our team. I can't say his last name, but he kind of dropped it. He trying to catch it with one hand. He had one hand tangled up, and Mason Rudolph, he looked pretty solid for like a short period of time. They put him out there like that because he only played like the last 7 minutes, but most of the time the Lions had the ball. But yeah, so I think overall the offense on a scale of 1 to 10, it looked about. I give him a solid 7.5. Offense looked good. It looked very good. Now moving on to the defense. Well, actually, special teams. We'll do special teams first. Special teams did not look good today. The blocked field goal. Yeah, the blocked field goal. We had the onside kick. The other team recovered it. The Lions recovered it. The Lions had a big return. On one of the plays, they had some other good returns. So the special team was good for first preseason game, second preseason game, they was playing well, but this game wasn't their best. I think they get back. I think Danny Smith would get them back into the groove like that. They was playing a little too. They wasn't playing as aggressive as they usually play. Like we've seen the special teams play, like to get to the ball and getting downhill, and making tackles, and like just getting there like that. But and then like that field goal block thing, they kind of let the guy just run right through on the side and the edge, and he had an open space and just got up and just spiked it down. That was like too easy. That was ideal for anybody coming in to block a field goal. But special teams should get situated throughout the next week or two like that. I think they'd be pretty good. I think special teams actually might be better than what was last year. Because last year we had some good plays on special teams. Miles Killebrew made some plays, and we see some good stuff on special teams last year. And I think Gunner gonna have some good run backs. I think he might. We haven't had a return run. Since Deontay, right? Jesse Johnson against the Cardinals, I think was the last time somebody returned a punt, and a kick return. I don't even know. It might have been. See, kick return. Juju had a kick return against the Browns. I don't know. Is that the last one though? It might have been the last one. I don't know. Somebody let me know in the comment section. I don't know what the last kick return was, but I know Juju had one against the Browns his rookie year. He ran a kick return back in the last game of the season. But I think the last punt return was definitely Deontay Johnson. That was in 2020. So I think that was Deontay Johnson. Or 2019. That was in 2019. Yeah, Deontay Johnson, that was the last one. I might be mistaken, though. It might be something else that happened, but I can't think of anything right now. But let's move on to the defense. The defense looked very good. They basically held them to no touchdowns to the last little play. He had the last little toss, and he got them touchdown in the end zone like that. But defense played very good. The pass coverage was good. Cam Sutton, like I said before in the past videos, when he played in the slot, when he played in the middle, they can sit in zones, and they ain't got to man up all the time. They play their best ball. And Cam Sutton, you've seen it through the preseason. He had pass breakups the first game. Second game, he had some pass breakups. This game right here, he had the interception. He just played his game. He played in the slot, followed him, sit in the zone. He was right in the spot. Got the interception and just make plays. We've seen most of his plays he made last year too. When he was more successful. He played in the slot. Him, Arthur Marlette, and those guys, Norwood, they play like in the slot. When they play like in the zone coverage, they play or they man up in short yard situations, or like just playing like in the middle. They just play better. They're not really good for the outside like Killer Witherspoon is. Because Killer Witherspoon had that length, and he has speed too to match some of those receivers like that. And he made some plays too in this game. And Leo Wallace getting downhill, he's been showing a lot of aggression. Like getting downhill and like making tackles. Like he was tackling pretty well for a cornerback. Most cornerbacks, especially nowadays, you don't really see a lot of cornerbacks tackling like a lot. Jalen Ramsey be tackling, going there and getting hits and stuff. You don't really see like a lot of cornerbacks tackling a lot most of the time. But Leo Wallace getting downhill, making plays. I feel like he's gonna have a solid season next to Killer Witherspoon. As long as he keep playing like his game, play man-to-man defense and being aggressive and like jamming at the line like this, like to get like an advantage, an edge on the receivers. But the defense was good. Pass rush was getting there. Had to sack to end the game. I think we had 3 sacks? 3 or 4 sacks on that game. Also, Devin Bush, he made a bad play that led to a big yardage game, but he did make up for it. He made up for it on that 4th down play, getting back there and stopping them. We had actually 3 4th down stops. Yeah, 2 or 3. One of them got called back because it was face mask. But I think we had 2 or 3 4th down stops. The defense was playing all over the place. They was playing very good, and it's great to see. The defense is gonna be the driving force of the team. So seeing the starters play well, especially Miles Jack. I was seeing him all over the field. I was seeing him go sideline to sideline, making tackles on the edge, making tackles in the middle, just getting back there. Because when Devin Bush got back there, Miles Jack was right there too. They both kind of like a combination of a tackle like that. Because he was right there in there too. He was running all over the place. So they can, if Devin Bush can play good. But what's name is coming though? Mark Robinson's another guy too that people have been talking about a lot lately. Mentioned his name and stuff like that. He had the strip sack against the Seahawks. He made some play. He made plays here and there. Like that, people have been talking about him and mentioned his name. Of course, Robert Spillane. People have been mentioning him. I don't know who's still gonna be the guy next to Miles Jack. We know Miles Jack is the guy. One of the guys in the middle. But is he gonna be Devin Bush? Is it gonna be Robert Spillane, Mark Robinson, or are they gonna trade? Maybe get Roquan Smith. I don't know who's gonna be, but we're gonna see within the upcoming weeks. I think roster cuts is on Tuesday, right? I think Tuesday is the final. The final roster is made, a 53-man roster. So we're going to see who's on the team, and we're going to do a video on that too, a reaction to seeing that. But yeah, overall, the defense, I'm going to give the defense, I'm going to give them a 9 out of 10. They played very good. At the end, they gave it 1 touchdown, but that wasn't really their fault because the onside kick, the special teams recovered. Special teams, I'm going to give them a 4 for today's game, 4 out of 10. I thought the other two games, they was like they both 8s. The other 2 games, but this game, I'm going to give them a 4 because they played. Cause they didn't play like they usually play. They was looking a little different out there. But overall, the team looked good, and it's a great way to end the preseason undefeated, and looking forward to the regular season and get things started against the Bengals. And I think week 2 is the Patriots, and then it's the Browns, and I think it's the Bills, something like that. So so the first couple of games is a little difficult, but I think we can win those. And go on those first 3 for sure. I think we can win those. So let's get it. Going. Let's get it popping, and yeah, go Steelers. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time on the channel, which will probably be Tuesday, or to see the roster cuts, or unless I have something else in store. But I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace out.